Hi team, welcome back to the channel. Today, in the part of Informatica PowerCenter tutorial, today's session is lesson 6, and up to now we learn some SQL commands and SQL setup and Informatica setup. And in previous class we learned about how to create first mapping, how to create folder, how to import sources, how to import target, and how to create ODBC connections, mappings, and how to create session in workflow manager, and session in task developer, and relational connections, how to create relational connections to workflow, and how to execute workflow. These things we learn. So just source to target records, how to send the records, we learn these things only, how to load the target records. Now today onwards, the main heart of the Informatica, main, I told, no, the not heart, we can call as brain of the Informatica tool, that is called that we can simply call brain parts of Informatica. That is nothing but transformations. Okay, nearly 8 to 10 transformations, important transformations are there in just if you learn those 8 to 10 transformations, then your 70%, 70 to 80% job will be completed. Okay, just focus on learning the transformations related. Okay, in interview related also they will ask these only, almost 70% they will ask. And so what are the transformations here? Most important transformations are there. Like filter transformation, expression transformation, aggregator transformation, union transformation, joiner transformation, router transformation, update strategies, and transaction control transformation. These are the main transformations. Okay, so in the part of transformation, first we are going with filter transformation. That is very easy transformation. Okay, let me complete transformations. I will summarize all the transformations at a time once you got an idea on this. Okay, filter transformation, the name itself, it called filters the records. Okay, I'm not going in depth filter transformation, the port related and all. Just I am trying to explain how to implement the conditions in filter. In upcoming classes, we will learn the in-depth transformations, how ports related, cache related, how to implement in real time. Okay, let's see how to implement filter transformation into our mapping. Okay, yeah, this is our folder TNS tech, and so here I will give you this file. So in real time scenario, actually in real time scenario we will get deliverables in this format, like so. What they given here, locations. For suppose locations table is the source table and target table. See, source table, target table, requirement. They will give requirement in this format, whether Excel sheet or Jira tickets format. Okay, so whatever it may be, that structure might be like this only almost. Okay, so source and those records to transfer, and logic to implement, business rule or business logic or business requirement or change request, right? So here what he is asking, location ID. So this is the table, source table, location table is there in schema. Which schema? What is the SRC schema? Location table is there, and these are the source columns and These are the source data types. And what is the business logic he asking? Location ID greater than 5 and less than 10. So greater than 5 and less than 10 means what are the location IDs? So there are 10 IDs almost, I think. So let's see in our database. Select star from locations. Okay. Locations. Select star from locations. What happened? I think location table is not there. Okay, location table is there. Select count star. Control enter. Control enter will execute the particular whatever the line you there, that line will execute. Control enter. Okay. So 23 records are there. So let's see in target. What is our target schema? This is our target schema. Password is admin, and location table did not exist. We did not create it, right? So not existed. In the requirement, what they asked. So sometimes we have to create table also. Most of the time, database administrator will create table. No worries. Okay. If there is no table, we can ask to that DB administrator. He will create this table. Okay. He only have privileges in real-time scenario. Database administrator only have privileges to create a table. Okay. In QA and prod, UAT, QA and prod. Most of the times in software industry, we have three environments: UAT environment, QA environment, prod environment. In UAT, we have to develop that coding and all. We have to make the changes and all. Okay, QA is for testing and prod is for production direct live. We will submit the project to client. Okay. Right. So in this way, so target location, TGT location, DM. In this format, he want to create table. He asked us to create table. So almost same data type. So simply, what will you take? Take the name of the requirement and delete it. First of all, this is the table name. Okay, copy. First of all, just take the description of the location table. Yesterday we told no. Yes, sorry, I told no. Description, locations. Actually, capital it's not working. Okay, capital. Okay, this is the structure. Okay, one just copy the structure. Create table name. Create table, that is the table name, and parenthesis. In that parenthesis, we have to paste the table structure. So here not null we have to remove. Okay. Yeah. And after removing the not null, we have to give Okay. Yeah. So TGT location dim table we are going to create, okay, according to the requirement. Table created. Okay, let's select star from TGT the location dim. Just now we created, right? Control enter. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. uh, so table created. Now we have to load. There is no data. See, no data, right? Table structure is created. Okay, table structure got created, and here we have to load these two records. Okay, 23 records into TGT location dim table. Okay, so and what is the condition they asked? So here all just in target table they want. So so what is the main concept of ETL? Why we are using ETL? Just to filter out the to transform the source records into required form. I mean requirement according to the. So here 23 records are there in source, but the client need only the records of location IDs from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let's see how many records are there. Location IDs. Let's see. So here location ID. Give where condition, where location ID, sorry, capital letters, where location ID in six comma 7 comma 8 comma 9. So 4 records, less greater than 5 and less than 10. 4 IDs related. So 4 IDs related, how many countries? 2 countries only there, but 4 records are there. From USA 3 records and Canada 1 record. Okay, so for these 4 IDs, USA related 3 records and Canada related 1 record. So he want USA and Canada records only. How many US? 3 records and Canada. So these 4 records client want in a single file. Okay, single table. So how to transform these records only? Through Informatica, right? So let's design a mapping. So here connect the folder, just click on the folder and open, it will open. Okay, so just no need to clear anything in the mapping. So here source analyzer, target designer, transformation developer, maplet designer, and mapping designer. Here I will explain. I already explained source analyzer and target designer and mapping designer. I did not explain transformation developer and maplet developer. You will get confused if you explain all those. So first learn these three. Later these are the some special cases only we will see. So once completion these things completed, no transformations in the middle of the transformations we will learn. Okay, transformation developer and the upcoming transformations, no worries. So just be clear with these three: source analyzer, target designer, and mapping designer. Mapping designer is for to create mappings. So here no need to anything, just go to mappings, create new mapping. So before create okay, first of all we have to drag the source. So clear the previous source. clear the previous target. And now what is our source? Location. Is location source is available? Location source is not available. So go to sources, import from database, and admin is the, sorry, caps lock on, ADMI, admin, password, yeah, connected, database connected, tables, location tables created. Okay, I imported, sorry. So don't worry about anything, this keys, what is these keys and all. Okay, primary key and all I will explain later. Just in this way we are importing source. Okay, let's import target also. If to import target, click on the target designer. Okay, target designer, go to targets, import from the database, password admin, connect, tables. So TGT location dim, target table we created, there is no data as of now. Okay, let's go to mapping. Okay, so mappings, already one mapping is there, no need to worry about, just create, it will disappear. Okay, create mapping. I already told mapping conventions are m underscore. Most of the times target table name will be mapping name. Okay, in real time scenario target name will be mapping name. Okay, that's it. So just copy this name to create session. Okay, so now drag the source. Once you drag the source qualifier also will come. Drag the target. So how to implement? See, if you, how to implement filter transformation, how to filter those 4 records only. So here you can see filter transformation, filter symbol will be there. See here, you could if you drag the here, no, hover here, filter transformation is there. Just click on it and you will get a plus symbol. Just drag like this, you will get a filter transformation. Okay, just drag, control all, sorry, select all and drag all the columns and select all and connect all. Okay, so what it will do, so even though if you use like this, if you sorry, for suppose control S, what happened, valid mapping only. If you create a session and if you create a workflow and if you execute, no, what will happen, even though filter transformation is there, total records you are passing from source to source qualifier to filter transformation to target file. Okay, so what we have to do? Okay, so we have to apply conditions. Where we have to apply, just double click on this filter transformation. This is filter transformation and just name it a filter transformation. What is the filter transformation? Location IDs, to filter location IDs. Filter, just for naming convention only, filter location IDs. So location IDs we are filtering, right? FELTR. Okay, this is naming in real time scenario, naming convention FLTR. Okay, apply. Okay, so filter, sorry, yeah, I closed. Okay, ports. So ports we are not touching anything. Let's go to here, properties. In properties, this is the main thing for filter. Small brain of the filter is called filter condition. This is the small brain for filter. Here only we have to give the condition. Okay, they will ask in default, what is the default condition of filter transformation? That is true. Okay, so we have to, here we have to give the logic. So what is the logic they given? This logic. Okay, simply they will give the logic. No, simply copy the logic and remove it, you can paste like this, okay, or else remove it. So here go to ports, login id greater than 5 and sorry, location id less than 10. Just validate it. See, expression parsed successfully. So the condition, it is accepting the condition. So here Informatica, it accepts and operator, or operator, nor operator. It did not accepts like and between operator. Okay, later I will discuss this. Like operator, between operator we use in SQL. Those operators will not work in Informatica. Okay, like and between. So let in filter transformation, not Informatica, in filter transformation. Okay, just apply. Okay, so here we filtering 5 to 10. Okay, four records we are allowing, remaining records we are filtering with the condition. So if the condition satisfied, those records, satisfied records only we will get. Okay, remember, satisfied records only we will get. So you given the condition, the satisfied records, with the records which satisfy the condition will go into the next up downstream. Okay, let's control S valid. And so here edit mapping, 1 second. So just control C to tick the mapping. Later go to workflow manager. I already told, from here itself we can go, we can access 4 Informatica tools. Okay, so here no worries, go to session, here clear this session, previous one, and go to task, create session, and here session, click on the session and S underscore, paste it, create it. Here mapping we have to create, we created no mapping, mtz to location dim, click on this. Okay, done. Okay, let's go to task developer, workload designer. Later I will explain. We create a task or session, okay, in task developer, and go to workflow designer to create a workflow. Okay, so to create a workflow, no need to worry about these things. Okay, it will disappear like mapping only when we create new mapping or new workflow. Okay, create, and again workflow wf underscore s underscore, paste the mapping. Okay, no need to touch anything, just click on OK. Okay, just we created workflow and this is the session. So drag the session. Okay, take the link task, click on the link task and link it. Okay, link it, and once go to task developer and check for the connections. Okay, general properties, I will explain everything, no worries. Just here we have to worry about the main things, just focus on main things. Okay, here the connection, relational connections important. We already created source relation. Once you created source relation connection and target relation connection, no need to create again and again without if the source and target schemas are not changed, no need to create again and again. So we can import, we can utilize the connections for the same schema. Okay, so here click on the source locations. So all the source location is taking source connection. So sources and target, go to targets. Here target also it is taking source, but target we have to put the target schema. Okay, so every time it will take source only, so we have to select every time. Okay, and bulk I will explain later what is bulk, target type, what is the difference between normal and bulk. Okay, remember this also important thing, why we are using normal, why we are using target, and all these also properties, all these attributes very important. I will explain everything, don't worry. Okay, just go to apply and okay, just learn the main concept of the transformations. Okay, just control S, valid, go to designer. Yeah, no changes, just execute the workflow. start the workflow. Yeah, in this way integration service okay succeeded. Session succeeded. Workflow, let's see. Previously, we don't have records. See, we don't have records. So, succeeded. How many records? How many records? Task details. See, task details, source and statistics, partition statistics, performance related statistics. So, source targets. So, source and target statistics. From source 23 records and affecting 23 records, no records rejected. So from source we are getting 23 records and target it applied logic applied and 4 records only allowed. So we given the condition no 4 records only allowed. Rows affected rows rejected no rejected. Okay, what is this mean rejected rows and all I will explain in union router transformation. Okay, no worries. Let's see database loaded or not. This is control enter. It gives only 4 records based on the condition. Okay. So in this way, just practice filter transformation. Okay, I am giving some examples. Okay. So we already installed those. Sorry, inserted the tables, right? Tables and all I already given. So the table from take source as source table and target as target table. Sorry, agents TCT. Okay, filter India. Filter. I want records for suppose. Let me explain. 1 second. Select star from agents. Agents table. Why it is not accepting small letters? Some settings got changed, I think. Is the table correct? Agents. Table is not there. Okay. I will give you script, no worries. Okay, products table you can check it. So products table also same condition here. Category is greater than 1 and standard cost less than 1000. So take products TCT table, create a target table and give the condition and filter. Okay, load it. How many records? Later take countries source. Countries are source and apply the I want in India, Australia, Japan countries. Okay, and countries TCT. I have just load these India record, Australia record, Japan records into countries TCT. Practice it. Okay, practice it. If you have any doubts, just comment it. I will make a video and show you. Okay, no worries. I'm just covering the concept only. Just practice only. I already given the tables. No, just practice it. Yeah, for employees table, I apply this condition. I will give these entire document over this. Employee greater than 50, job titles is equal to sales representative. Okay. Yeah. Take TGT employees table as target. Okay. Let's see. What else? let's discuss some SQL concepts. Today I covered filter transformation. No filter transformation. In this way only we have to utilize filter transformation. Okay, in depth we will go further. This is the basic filter transformation. Just create a location related mapping and apply the conditions in the properties. Okay, in the properties apply the condition for all the mappings. I given no five tasks. Complete those 5 tasks. It will looks good and it will be a good practice. Okay, then filter condition will be, sorry, filter transformation concept will be covered. That's it. Simple, very simple. Filter and all remaining in depth we will go in further. Okay, so many concepts are there. In depth we will learn. Okay, so this is the filter, basic functionality of the filter. Okay, let's have some SQL related also. Let's see. So in operator, okay, in operator, actually in operator I already explained. So this is the in operator. In operator nothing but so for suppose contact table is there. In contact table some contact IDs are there. You don't want to see 5 6 7 8 9 related some contacts, you don't want to see. So or else you want to see only 5 6 7 8 contact IDs. Okay, so just in operator contact, simply what he wrote, simply where contact ID in, if you have any list just mention, that's it. Simple, these are numbers. No need to add any quotation mark. 6 7 8 9. Okay, if you want also add 10 and close it, that's it. Okay, just control enter. Yeah, 6 7 8 9 10. So you got only 6 7 8 9 10 related records only. If you don't want 6 7 8 9 10 records and you want remaining records other than these IDs, in real time working scenario you will get while preparing unit testing cases or test cases or some unit testing related. So all the records you can't test. So at that time just take some primary key related IDs and you have to test. Okay, in this way, if you don't want 6 7 8 9 records and remaining records you want, so just not contact ID, not in this ID. So see, up to 5 it gives, later 6 7 8 9 10 it did not give. Okay, because we used not in. So in operator, in this way you can utilize in real time scenario also. It will useful to create some type of test cases, to create test cases, or if you want to test your code. Okay, in that scenario, so many records will be there in real time scenario. At that time it will be used some sample reward ID, sample primary key related IDs. You can take and you can use in operator and you can test the code. Okay, so just now null null concept is one of the most important and most asked interview questions related null. So many times definitely null related questions asked. Interviewer will ask definitely null related questions. So clear cutly learn about null related. Okay, so here, as these are the main points of nulls. Whenever you go to interview, just remember these points. Null means no value or invalid. Okay, null means no value or invalid. Okay, null one null never equal to another null. Null means empty and null are not same. Okay, empty, normal empty and null are not same. Okay, and 0 and null are not same. What is that? Null has no value, it's a invalid, and empty, if it is there, if any empty space, empty row is there in your table, that empty never equal to null. Okay, not same. And zero, if zero is there in your table, no, zero never equal to null. Okay, zero and null are not same. Okay. And space, any space is there, no, no empty, no null, no zero, but if any space is there, no, space is never equal to null. Okay. And one null never equal to another null. Okay, one null never equal to another null. Okay, just remember these 5 points. Okay, null has no value, it's invalid. Empty never equal to null, zero never equal to null, space never equal to null, and one null never equal to null. So remember these 5 points for interview perspective and also real-time working scenario perspective. Just practice some null related queries. For suppose from orders table, let's see. For suppose orders related, so orders related table is there. So here so many nulls are there. Okay, just you want to see nulls related data only. Okay, nulls related data only. If you want to see nulls related, so here salesman ID 60, 61, 62, 63, 64 are there. If you want to see nulls related data only, how to check? Say SALES. Salesman ID equal to null. If you execute this, no, it won't give results because we can't give. For null related scenario, that is different. Just we have to use just is null. That's it. If you use is null, salesman ID is sorry, we have to give where condition. Select star from orders where salesman ID is null. You want only salesman ID where null, where salesman IDs are null. Okay, just click on control enter. See, previously we got 60, 61, 62, 64 records also, but here we got only nulls related salesman ID data. Okay, so if we want only salesman ID which contains data, not nulls, okay, then simply use is not null. Just use is not null. That's it. Is not null. Where select star from orders where salesman ID is not null. That's it. So you will get see data without nulls. There are no nulls here. No nulls. Enter data, no nulls. 70 records, no nulls. Okay. Like this, null related, we have to learn. Okay. So let's see how to insert nulls. For suppose, let's create a table, students table. Let's create a students table. How to insert nulls into tables? How to insert? I think students table already there. Select star from students. So students table already there. We created no previously. Just truncate the table. Truncate. Truncate table students. STUDENT students. Table truncated. Let's see data is there. Structure will be there. Truncate. Structure will be there. Data will be deleted. Okay. So just let's insert few records. how to insert records. First of all, let's see. I'm inserting one record. How to insert records into table? Insert into students. We have to write insert into students. Parentheses. What are the columns? We have student ID, student name, marks, city. Previously we created, no? So up to here we have to specify column names. Okay. Insert into students and column names, 4 column names. For those 4 column names, we have to assign 4 values. Those are for student ID, student ID 10, student name Raj, student marks 1000, Bangalore is the city. So in this way, we have to give the order, maintain the order to insert the data. Control enter. Marks invalid identifier. Marks why? Okay, student marks. Student name, student marks. Okay. Underscore. Then remove these single quotations. Enter. Again, student marks. Okay, sorry. So in this way, we have to debug and enter again marks. Student ID, student name, student marks. Okay, let's see. Drop students, STUDES, drop students. Drop table, STUD, and drop table students. In this way, we have to drop the table. Table dropped. Let's delete. Create the table again. Table students created. Okay. Select star from students. Okay. Let's insert data first row. Execute. So one row inserted. Let's see how many records. So one record inserted. So now how to insert records or nulls. Okay, let's take, for suppose city is null. You don't know name of the city, is just null. Insert as null. So how to insert into students, and the column names, 4 column names and values 20 RAM and 2000 is the marks, and null as null, just null. That's it. Null we can't give within the single quotations. Null is a null, just null. That's it. We can't give single quotations in single quotations. If you give in single quotations, it will consider that Informatica will consider database will consider as a string, and it will insert as a country name, city name. Null is not a city name. Okay, there is no null city name existed. So if it has existed, no issue, but it will consider as a city name, not as a null. Null means I already explained, no, it's an invalid, it's an empty, it is not an empty, it's not an invalid, it's not a valid, it's not a zero, it's not a space. One null is not equal to null. Okay, so null is just null. That's it, it's an invalid number. Just execute. One inserted. Why I explain here? So here, I think people understand. Here, while inserting Bangalore, I put this in single quotations. While inserting null values, I did not put any single quotations, right? I hope you understand. If you have any doubts, just comment it. Like anything, any value, whether it is, see, for suppose not only a Bangalore, it says not only string, for any number or anything, just you have to put null only. Okay, just put null only for number and string, anything. Okay, for null it will take as a null. That's it. Okay, if you want to insert nulls. Okay, for suppose if you want to insert, so for suppose here inserted 500 and remaining given null. So in previously 500 marks, but if you insert students and students ID as 50, students ID given one, you took only one column and you took only one value, that value into you mention student ID means that value will be into students ID, it will assign to student ID. If you here, if you give city or if you give marks, no, it will enter into marks. Okay, what about remaining columns? So here in this scenario also, remaining columns will be null only. It will assign some invalid values that call null. Okay, let's see student ID 50 is inserted or not. See, student ID 50, remainings are nulls. Okay, in this way, for suppose for suppose two values, if you mention only two columns, student ID and student marks, student ID is 0, as see 600 is not there, no, just see 600 is not there, 0, we are inserting student ID as 0 and marks as 600, so 0 in here in this place, in fifth record 0 and student marks will be 600 and student name and city will be null. Let's see, executed, inserted, see, student ID will be 0, student name is null and marks 600 we entered, city name as null. Okay, so how to delete nulls, how to deal deleted statements with null. Okay, let's see. For suppose if you want to delete, see here city names, what are the nulls? If you want to delete city name which have nulls, city which contains nulls, so here Bangalore is not null, remaining are null. 4 null records are there in city column, 4 null records are there. So if you want to delete all the null records from a particular column, just simply delete from and students, delete statement, delete drop truncate. Delete statement is a which statement? It is a DDL statement. Okay, DDL statement. Create, alter, drop, truncate. Create, alter. Sorry, delete is a DML command. Okay, delete is a DML command. Just manipulate. It used to manipulate the records. So here we are manipulating the records. Just deleting the null records which contains 4 records. So 4 records will be deleted. Just simply where city is null. We already told now a city is null. We don't use null is equal to null, except one case. I will tell that one situation where we use is equal to null. Okay, one situation is there. That situation I will tell. So executed. What are the records now? Only one record we will get. See, one record, remaining nulls got deleted. For suppose here just an insert this statement. Now how many records? Null. Here I want to update, sorry, execute all the records. How many records are there? Total 5 records and nulls. I want to replace these nulls with some city names. Okay, just use update statement. Here update students table, set city is equal to Chennai, where city name is. What is that statement? Simply just control black slash, it will be commented. Update student students, update students, which we have to update. Set city we have to update. Set city, we have to set the city to particular name, so that's why we use set and is equal to, it's a string, so Chennai string, so I use single quotations. In single quotations any type of string you can give, no worries. Chennai, where we have to update not all the columns, all the rows, just we want to update where city is null, where city is null, that's it. Okay, update it. Sorry, I given colon, semicolon I had to give. Yeah, 4 rows updated because 4 records only we there, no, we have no, just see. So all the nulls will be updated with Chennai. Anything you can update. Okay, in that way. For also, what are the other nulls? For suppose null is there, student name null is there, so we want to update student names. For suppose null student names I want to update with Jagdish. Update student, update students, set student name, student underscore student name, set student name is equal to single quotations Jagadish, where student name is null. Okay, student name is null, semicolon, control enter. 3 rows updated, 3 records are there with nulls. Okay, see, updated. Like this you can update student ID also with any number. Okay, in this way we have to remember regarding nulls and in operator. Today we covered in operator and nulls. Okay, so I already promised we are covering both Informatica and SQL knowledge which is required for ETL, not in-depth store procedures, in-depth programmability, in-depth functions, not required for ETL related. Okay, whatever required for ETL I will teach that much only. Okay, almost you can some 1 to 2 years 3 years experience SQL developer also you can apply with this knowledge. Okay, no worries, but not for more than 5 6 years 7 years related people. They need to add some more advanced concepts for SQL developer, but 2 to 3 years experience for if you want to learn SQL in depth, you can go through these. Okay, let's uh, let's stop here. Let's practice those what I given now, 5 tasks related. So practice those, and if any doubts are there, just comment it. I will try to answer it. Okay, let's see in next class. Thank you so much.